first question. The first question says, which one of the following is a variable cost? Variable costs are costs that doesn't change as the level of output changes. So the answer is shipping cost. Rent is a fixed cost. Salary is fixed. Insurance is fixed. So the answer is D. Woman figure 2. Which one of the following will be used in recruitment process? When you're talking about recruitment process, this is done through the human resources department, right? Okay. Business plan is when you have a business plan is a document that states the objective of the business. So it's not recruitment. Person description, there's nothing like person description, there's person specification. Then we have job description, that is the answer anyway. And job enrichment is part of job satisfaction, which is not recruitment selection. So the answer is C. Go to the third question. Then which one of the following is an example of long-term source of finance? Sales revenue. For sales revenue, it's income for the business. It is not a source of finance. It's a source of income for the business. Do you get the point here? Yes. Sales of assets. When it is sales of assets, it could be a source of income, a source of finance. Reinvested profit, that is the answer. Yes. Because when reinvested profit is a long-term source of finance. You put your profit back into the business instead of you distributing it. Trade credit is a short-term. That's trade creditors. Yes. Your creditors are short-term finance. Bank overdraft is a short-term. So the answer is what? B. Thank you. Ragged, are you here? Are you here? If you are not here, then you can leave. You don't want to be here, please. Go to Roman figure 5, please. It said, which one of the following is a form of discrimination where workers are protected by legislation? Political. There's nothing like political discrimination. Yeah. Ethical, it's not. There's nothing like this. It's age. Because there's legislation that talks about workers not being discriminated through age. Yes. So the answer is C. We go to Roman figure 5. It said, if Marx asks an employee to carry out a task that he would usually do, this is known as productivity. No, productivity is output over input. So job share, that is not job share. What is job share? Yeah, two part-time workers working to share the same, to share the full salary of full-time. Span of control. Span of control is the total number of subordinates under a manager. That is span of control. Do you understand that? Yes. We talked about it, right? So the answer is D, delegation. Giving authority to someone to act on your behalf. Is it clear? Shall we move on, please? Yes. It says state the sector of activity that MMA operates in. Tertiary sector. Thank you. So go on to the next one. Tertiary, yes. We go to the next one, please. So MMA is a labor-intensive business. It's a labor-intensive business. What is meant by the term labor-intensive? Yes.
I want employees that works hard to produce good service.
No, that's not the point. That labor is different from labor-intensive. Labor is a physical and mental effort used.
This is labor intensive.
Yeah, no, you are using intensive in the English term, literal meaning of intensive. Okay. No, it's not. Yes.
Process.
Yeah, more than.
Process that requires a large amount of labor to
produce it. More than. Yes. Where did you get that answer from?
I take it from Google.
No way. I'm with you.
Yes, it's the industry depends on the human or people more than machinery and capital.
Thank you.
In an industry on human or people more than
machinery. We said that before in the class, right? Yeah. We talked about labor intensive before. So labor intensive means that MMA is using more of human than machines. That is what labor intensive is. Is it clear? Yeah. Shall we move on, please? Now I said match the definition on the left to the correct terms on the right. So we have hold on, please. Let me see how to zoom it in. Yeah, they said a visual meaning of showing where a product is positioned.
Market mapping.
Okay, they did that already. That's market mapping, yeah. So let's go back to market mapping. Mapping means you're giving you know a map, right?
Yes.
All right. What does a map do? A map shows you the position of something, right? So here they said, show you where a product is positioned. What does a map do? That's what it does. So market mapping is just stating the position you are in the industry. So it shows you, oh, you are at the top, you are in between. Oh, you are in the second position in the market. Oh, Apple is number one. That's position.
So, Mr. There's an answer. Give me the meaning of market mapping. I can write this showing what our product position.
That is the meaning. That's what market mapping is. It shows the position that you are in that market as a firm or as a business. Is it clear?
Yes.
So go to the second one, Roman figure 2. They said
Groups or individuals.
groups or individuals with an interest in the business. These are stakeholders, right?
Yes.
H.
H.
Good. Information that has previously been collected. Secondary data, thank you. The right given by one person to another to use its name to sell its product for free is what? Franchise, thank you. So who sells to the business? Who owns the franchise? Is it the franchisor or the franchisee?
Franchise.
Who owns the franchise? Is it the franchisor or the franchisee? Franchisor, yeah. The franchise is the right that allows you to use the brand to sell.
Franchisor is the owner.
Is the owner of the franchise. So franchisee is the business buying the franchise. I think it's correct. Do you take note of that? Okay. Then we go to the next one. The document that shows what? Roman figure 4. 5, okay. So the document that shows money going in and out of a business over a period of time is what?
Cash flow.
Cash flow forecast, yeah. And the last one. The increase in the average price level of goods and services over time is what? Inflation. I think it's clear.
Yes.
We'll move on. They said list 3 forms of written communications. List 3 forms of written communication or forms of communication other than written forms of communication. Yes. Other than letter, we have memo. Yes.
Emails, memo.
Memo.
Other than email.
Email. Okay. Report. Yes. Email. Yes.
I wrote the phone call.
No.
Because it's like when you like, oh, my dad's company, we contact with people and the discount something. We call them.
Phone contact. Phone contact or phone call.
Phone call.
You could tell me a phone contact.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Great. What else you are? Wage slip. You know your wage slip? Do you know wage slip? Wage slip. What they pay your salary on. The slip that your salary is written on. When you receive your salary, the wage slip is a written communication.
I wrote that report, email, and phone contact.
So you can write report, you can write memo. Is it clear?
Yes.
Notices too. Noticing. It's written. Yes or no? So we move on. Now the question says, why might MME use a letter to communicate with an employee? Why?
Easier. Cheaper. Sorry.
No, because it's personal.
Personal. It's more personal. Yes, number 1. 2, it is private. As you'll be able to read it wherever you choose to.
Even anonymous, right?
What?
Even anonymous.
The question is about use the letter.
Okay.
The question is talking about why MME use a letter to communicate with an employee. It might be because the information is personal or it is private. It's personal is different from private here. It's private because you can choose to read it wherever you want to read it. Do you understand the point? Are they clear, please? Shall we move on?
Yes.
Marx knows that businesses should have objectives. Why are objectives important to a business?
I want to focus on things to employees that can focus on things to do it.
It allows employers to focus on what to work towards. It allows employees to focus on what to work towards. That's number 1. 2, it even gives Marx the ability to focus on its aims and objectives. Do we get it or not? Is it clear? Are you here? Are you here now? Okay. The question says, Marx knows that business should have objectives. Why are objectives important to a business? The first thing is that with objective, it makes Marx to focus on its aims.
Help employers to focus.
Do you understand the first point? It allows Marx to focus on its aims for the business. And 2, it means that employees would have something to work towards.
You know their duties.
They know what they have to do. And that puts them together on the same page to achieve that goal. Is it clear? Shall we move on? Now, an objective of MME is wealth creation. What is wealth creation?
I don't know how to.
For creation, creating capital, very high capital.
No. Wealth creation. When they say a company is wealthy, someone is wealthy, it means it's growing, growth.
Growth. It's the same as growth.
Yeah. So wealth creation is what? The same as growth. So if a business is growing, what happens?
Rise to effect.
What?
It's taking rise to effects on the M&A of achieving this objective.
Yes.
So
So
being able to make more revenue.
when your business is growing,
Yeah.
you make more.
Yeah, you're making more revenue because you're growing.
You make more revenue.
Yeah.
How do you make more revenue? That means you could increase your productivity.
Yeah.
You could increase your output. The first point is growth. So how can we reach growth? By increasing our output. So growth will enable us to increase our output. And if our output is increasing, that means our revenue will increase. Do you get the point here?
Yeah.
Do you get it or not?
Yes.
So the first point is that with growth, MME might be able to increase its output, leading to increase in revenue.
Yes.
That's the first point. The second point is with growth, it means MME might be able to increase its market share.
Market share.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Is it clear, please?
Customers will choose them over the
Competitors. Is it clear, please? The next one. The next one. Question what?
2B.
Yeah, stock. Yes.
I
Hold on, they said Max needs more space for his stock of records. Give two advantages of having a large quantity of stock. Okay.
I wrote customers order can come on time because
Customer what?
orders
Or others,
can
okay?
come on time. I wrote customer will not go to other competitors to find what you don't have.
Great. What did you write?
I know that having large quantity of stock means that they have more output for sale and they make more revenue.
Okay. What did you write?
Same as stock.
How can it be same as that? You can't write the same thing. How did you write yours?
This is what I know.
What did you know? Tell me.
Large stocks mean they come in time and don't see the other competitor.
All right. Okay. What about wagon? No. All right. When you have large quantity of stock, this implies that one, you'll be able to meet customer orders on time, which he said. This makes customers to be happy. Yes or no? Good. The other thing is that customers will be disappointed because there will be efficiency. Do you get the point? Customers will feel disappointed because you are efficient. They get their stores on time. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay, are you here? Do you get the point or I have to repeat it?
I don't.
I should repeat it. Clear, okay. We go to the problems of having large quantity of stock. Number one.
It's expensive.
No.
Demand might be low.
It takes space, yes, good. It takes space. But not just that it takes space. Taking the space means that it's a cost. It increases cost on space. That's the first point. Do you get the point? It increases cost on space.
It's expensive to leave a large stock, so
No, it held money, it reduces cash inflow. You understand? It's all on to cash because you have stocks. It's not going, it's there. That means you won't have cash. So it reduces cash inflow. So which might lead to cash flow problems with the business.
other stocks, you need money.
And it doesn't even allow you to, it might even get rotten and get spoiled when you have large quantity. It doesn't even allow new stocks to come in.
Yes. Like my dad, when he has a large stock, he do a discount on it because there's another ship.
Do you see?
No.
Is it clear, please?
Yeah.
The next one. Discuss 2 ways MME could measure its success. Let me just talk it so I'm going to profits.
Yeah.
So how do you talk about profit here? It means if MME's profit is increasing, not just profit. Making profit doesn't mean profit is not a success. Increasing the profit is a success there. So that means, oh, this year we made $100. Next year we made $300 or $150. It's increasing. So that means we can measure our success based on that. Is it clear? That's profit.
What's the market
So-
share?
Yeah, what happens with market share?
Share, we have
If-
when there's an increase in
In the customer base.
Yeah, the customer.
Yeah, I wrote,
This means
in the
that customer.
That means competitors are losing their customers to you. It's a success.
Yeah, I wrote increase in customers
Yeah.
and employees.
And employers. No.
And employees, like. if
No.
they have more customers,
No. Employees is not there. So if you talk about increasing customers, which means through increasing market share. So if your customer base is increasing, it means you are doing well. Another thing is about survival. It could be about survival. If you are surviving the business, if you are surviving in this market, it means you are successful. But other businesses have gone down. Other businesses have gone down.
That's a competitive market.
Yes. Yes, if you are surviving the competitive market, it means you are successful. Is it clear? We'll move on, please.
This question, I know it's not from you. So, I know it's like from, my dad told me about it.
Ah, okay. Which one? EPOS.
Yes,
Okay.
it's an item that the barcode to scan, right?
Yeah, what is EPOS itself?
Yes, it's electric point of sale.
Electronic point of sale, yes, EPOS. Whenever you go to this supermarket, you buy whatever you buy, they put it on the scan, yeah.
Barcode.
Barcode.
Yeah.
So that's what it means, EPOS, electronic point of sales.
Access the benefits.
Electronic point of sales. That is the meaning of EPOS. So they said, what is EPOS? It's an electronic point of sale.
They've said it.
But they say in the question.
They said in the question electric point.
Oh, they already there.
What is it?
Sincerely, I didn't.
Like you
Now,
want to explain.
explanation. Yeah, let me give you the explanation. An EPOS is a machine that uses a barcode for items purchased in the business. Do you get it? Do you get my point or not? It's a machine that uses a barcode on items purchased by the business. Clear?
Barcode like this.
Yeah. So now it says we should assess the benefit that EPOS could bring. Yes.
Each item is listed in the computer, so when you.
Yes. It enables each items to be listed in the computer system.
So my
That's
shop,
the first point.
in a shop, I can know the price, I can know if you have it in storage or not, I can
Yes.
know like the name and the brand.
It also allows
You can
you
know what-
to know what is. It can allow you to keep track
Yes,
of what you have sold.
Yes, yes.
On sales and.
Every last month I click a button, then all the sales that did the whole month came, then I send it.
So that's what EPS does. Is it clear?
Yes,
Can we move on?
yes.
Are you there?
Question 3.
Yes. Hold on, please. Yes, sir. Marx has realized that he needs to promote his business locally. He's thinking using one of the 2 methods below. Option A, the use of colored advertisements in the local paper, giving out leaflets in the town center. So let's talk about, they say we should analyze why you have chosen this option. So let's think about the first option. Option B, okay. What about option B? Future, okay. Okay, what about option B? Using leaflets.
Yeah, giving out leaflets in the town center. This is
Let's hear from you.
I don't know what's leaflet mean, that's why I chose.
Leaflets, papers that you have information on that you can. They share it around. We'll have it.
Yeah.
Have leaflets, okay.
using colors and advertisements. Sketchy, but
Leaflets.
yeah.
You choose leaflets, right? Tell me about leaflets. You wrote it, right?
No, I didn't write it, but for
Say
me,
it the way you want to say it. Say it. I understand.
it's hard.
Leaflets.
Better than the use of color as a finding because most of people don't read without the leaflets, so it may be ignored. While giving out leaflets are more attractive to customers and are likely to be read as something of interest.
Thank you. The points you made, yes, but you are supposed to let advertisement stay on its own first. Your analysis should be based on leaflets, and because of talking about leaflets, you need to talk about the problems leaflets might also cause. That is how you make analysis. Did you get my point?
Yeah.
So let's talk about leaflets. What did you talk about? Nothing.
Leaflets. I
You choose advertising. Okay, let's talk about leaflets. When you use leaflets, it means it could reach a large number of audience. Leaflets could reach what? Large numbers of audience, because it will be shared. It could reach different locations that you might not even know. That's one of the advantages of using leaflets. It is quite cheaper.
it's a cheaper advertising.
It's a cheap means of advertisement. I think it's clear. That's the second point. The third point about using leaflets is that customers might trace the address to see you and know more about the product. And it can be shared. Even one leaflet could get to countless numbers of people, or family or friends, because it could stay with them. That is the advantage of having leaflets. Do you get the 3 points here?
Yes.
Very good. Are you here? Now, let me tell you the problems about using leaflets.
It will be
Number one, it causes pollution because people could litter it around, which is not good
it
for us.
also takes time for giving out to people in town center.
You might need to increase your cost because you have to pay those that are going to share it around. Number two. Number three about leaflets is that it might not contain the images that you want it to contain because it's so small. Do you get the point I made there for leaflets?
Like a company give us cards, like small cards, the name of the business, and they don't put this vehicle.
Not card. Papers just like 2 square, I don't know. Just little
cards, so
English, please.
When the university, Maharaj University, they came to our school, they gave us a leaflet.
These are leaflets. So another problem about using leaflets is that it might not contain all the information needed. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Is it clear? Now let's go to local newspaper. So when you advertise through local newspaper, one thing is certain. It will be a point of reference for as long as possible. Did you get the point?
Yes.
That newspaper for that date can be kept forever. So that means people can still use it or refer back to it at any point in time. It allows it to be more attractive to readers, the local readers of newspaper.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That's the second point. Images, it might contain more images than leaflets. That's the third point about the advantage. Now, the problem about using local newspaper, number one, it is expensive. You have to pay for that space. For that space, you have to pay for it. Not everyone reads paper, like she said. Not everybody reads local newspaper. And also, it might be limited to those within that environment. It's not going to be so mobile like leaflets. Is it clear?
Yes.
These are the unique analysis. We go on. MME has a good reputation with its customers, and now Max wants to improve public relations with the local community. State two methods other than sponsorship that Max could use to improve MME's public relations.
I talked about giving donations to charity.
Giving donations to charity, yes. What else?
Give to customers. That was the same as the donation.
No.
Having a press conference
Having press conference.
or joining a press conference.
Yeah. Having press conference about products and services, yes. That could also increase your public relations.
That's a part of the fact, right? Like if I get it.
Having a press conference, it means you talk more about detailed information about your product or service. So these are two Method, yes. Is it clear or not? Shall we move on? MME is considering sponsoring a local football team. Examine 2 ways this could improve MME's public relations. If MME is sponsoring a local football team, the image of MME will be written in the jersey. That is, wherever they play, the local football team play, the MME's name will be there. And that increases its popularity.
Yeah.
Yes, number one. Number two.
Also, if the game is on TV, so like everyone that watches the game can see it.
That's free advertisement.
Yes, that's
So number two. It's still number one.
that's number one.
Yeah.
Well, I said, Mr. Like, it's to improve the relationship with the football teams, fans, but it's still sponsorship.
Yeah, you could say if MME sponsors a local football team, it means MME is giving back to the community it is. So that could also build a relationship with the local community, because the local community has the team. So if MME is sponsoring the local community team, it means MME is socially responsible. It improves the relationship of MME and the community.
Look,
The local community. Is it clear? Are the 2 points clear, please?
Yeah.
We go to C. Evaluate the advantages and disadvantages to MME's customers if Max only sells online. What are the advantages of selling online? It means advantages of selling online. Advantages of selling online. What are the advantages? That's the question first. What? It saves time. How?
You don't have to go to the shop to buy it, right?
No.
It's easier to like sell to another like far places.
Easier accessibility.
Yes, sir. So
Easier.
if it's in another town, I can order online.
When you sell online, okay, let's put it this way. Selling online brings about 24-hour services. 24-hour services.
Yeah.
That means customer will be able to reach out to MME customer care at any point in time. That means 24-hour service is good for customers. They will be happy. That means their needs can be met at any point in time. That's the first point. Two, selling online selling online could also mean that there's a platform that customers will be able to pay via electronic method.
yeah,
So that means it also gives access to using mobile money transfer,
yeah,
which customers might be able to like. The third one is customers can be at their home and order for products, getting to them within any given point in time. Are they clear now?
yes. No disadvantages.
Are they clear now, please?
Yes.
The first disadvantage about selling online is
I said the customers cannot see what they're buying. Like, it's not the right.
they cannot physically not see. They saw it online, but the physical aspect.
Obviously, like not everything you see, like it's can't be online, can't right.
You don't say see. You
Okay.
see it. You have eyes. You see.
Yes, yes.
So customers might not be able to feel the physicality of the product, which means they don't know if it's in good shape or not. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So one of the problems about selling online is that the physical aspect is missing. The physical aspect of the product is missing, number one. Number two, competitors might take MME's idea because everyone can have access to the website. So competitors might use your ideas, but they are still. Yes or no?
Yeah, the company's information is shared in public.
In the public. So these are problems about using online. But here they say to customers, it's to the customers. The problems of using online for customers. So it's not just to MME now. So the first one is right, which is what customers might not be able to see the physicality of the product. Number one. Number two, the distance, cost of transportation. Cost of transportation.
Extra cost for the customer.
Do you understand? It's an extra cost for customers. You have to pay for it to get it delivered to you. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Shall we move on, please?
Great people.
So the break-even point can be stated in two ways. State the two ways.
Cost. Fixed cost.
How do you use break-even point? Total revenue cost to total cost. And also the break-even charts.
Yeah.
To the break-even charts. Clear? Shall we move on, please?
Can you repeat?
Yeah, using total revenue cost to total cost is the break-even. And the break-even chart also states break-even charts. Yes, please. So you have said, okay, we have an extract from MME's financial situation for 2016 and 2017. They said we should calculate MME's asset test ratio for 2016 and 2017. We have our current assets, we have current liability. For asset test ratio, the formula for asset test ratio is current asset minus stock divided by current liability. Why do we use asset test ratio? We use asset test ratio to know the extent of how our sales can be able to cover, how we are able to survive without sales. That is why we use asset test ratio. How a business will be able to survive without sales. That's why we are taking sales away. So the formula is what? Current asset test ratio is current assets minus stocks divided by current liability. So we check our current, that's what we should find for 2016. For 2016, we have our current assets to be 3,800, 4,000, and cash.
Debtors plus cash minus.
So what does that give you, please?
4,300 minus 3,800 over 4,000.
So what does it give you?
8 with 0.125.
1 point
0.125.
0.75.
No, 75.
It's okay, let me just calculate it here, please. Don't worry. Okay, let's see. Current assets, we have 4,000 plus 300 minus 3,800
Over 4,000.
divided by current liability 4,000. We have 0.125. 0.125. Thank you.
Yeah.
0.125, yes. That's for 2016. Let's check for 2017.
It's going to be negative.
For 2017, we have 2,500.
1,500 plus 500.
3,000. Hold on, please.
100 minus 6,500 over 4,000.
Minus 0.125.
Okay, what does it give you, please? We have 2,500.
No. We have 2,000.
2,000 minus 2,500.
Over 4,000.
What does it
Be
mean?
negative 0.125.
Negative 0.125. Thank you. So that's
So how you get? So how much you negative?
yes, 2,000 minus 2,005
So now you get 1.020.
is 0.125.
Guess how you get
4,000 plus 300. 4,300.
4,000 plus 300, okay.
4,300 minus 3,800. 3,800.
Yes, sir.
Over 4,000.
So 2016 is 0.125, 2017 is minus 0.125, right?
Yeah.
All right. And they said analyze the change in MME's asset test ratio. Hey, please speak English, please.
0.125. Mr. You can explain before. Like it's 1,245.
0.125.
You see, that's 0. Just give that to your. You know what?
Hey, please.
That's kind of the ball.
Money, please. Listen, 400. Do it now. Press 400, please.
1.075. This kind of
1.
It's 0.75, but it's not.
Hold on, please.
This is
Oh, so. By,
I have to do this. We have, it's okay, guys. Let's see now, please.
It's a different life.
Hey. 4,000 plus 3,008 plus 300. What does it give you?
4,000 plus 300.
4,300 plus 3,800. What does that give you?
1,001.
1.075.
8,000 what?
8,001?
8,100 minus 4,000.
No.
Minus 3,800
Yes.
divided by 4,000. Yes. 1.075. 1.075. Okay. Then the second one, 4,500.
Minus 2,500.
That's 1,500.
No, 2,000.
2,000. 2,000 divided by 4,000. That's 1.2, right?
Yes.
It's 0.5.
Mr. Trump, Allah, Mr. Can.
I'll show
you.
Yes. Don't worry, okay? Just focus here. Now, for 2016, we have 1.075. For 2017, we have 0.5. That's the analysis, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now they said, analyze the changes in MME's acid test ratio between 2016 and 2017. Based on this analysis, the acid test ratio fell from 1.075 to 0.5, which means MME is not doing well. Do you understand? It means MME is not doing well as a business.
Should be between 1.5 to 2.
So MME is not doing well. 1.1 to 1.5. So it's not doing well. It has fallen. So what would have caused this? It means MME's decisions about sales is not working.
Customers are getting.
That means MME is losing customers.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Shall we move on, please? They said when MME trades abroad, it is affected by exchange rate. What is meant by exchange rate? Exchange rate is the price of a country's currency in respect to other currencies. Do you get the point, please?
Yeah.
Okay, are you here? Do you want me to repeat it or it's fine now? Exchange rate is the price of a country's currency in respect to other currencies. That's exchange rate.
Compared to other
Currencies, yeah. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Is it clear now, please?
Yes.
Now, they say, I said the likely effect on MME is if the value of pounds increases. So MME is where? Where is MME located?
In the UK.
Is MME in UK?
Yes.
Wait. So if MME is in UK and the value of pounds increases, that means the value of pounds has appreciated. What are the advantages of this? And what are the problems this could cause?
The problem is
First, the advantages of MME having the value of pounds increasing means that MME might be able to export products abroad at a cheaper rate. Do you understand? That means because the value of pounds is increasing, it increases your exports.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So that means you can buy more of exports because your own value is increasing. That's the first point. Another point about having an appreciated exchange rate. That is okay. Yeah, we talked about. So MME might be able to chip in, right? We talked about MME being able to chip in, being able to export products at a cheaper rate. Which means if you are able to export products at a cheaper rate, it reduces your cost on production.
Yeah.
So that allows you to be able to spend on other aspects of production. That means an MME might be able to increase its output. So because you are able to increase your output, what happens? You are able to exploit economies of scale. And being able to exploit economies of scale increases your profit. So these are the advantages of having an exchange rate that is appreciating. Yeah. But the problem about having an exchange rate that is appreciating is that customers might not be able to import MME's products.
Because it's
it will be expensive for them because the amount of the value of pounds is increasing. So that might reduce the competitiveness of MME in the international markets. So MME might not be internationally competitive because its product will be too expensive for foreign customers. Yeah. And if the products are too expensive for foreign customers, this might reduce its sales revenue. leading to reducing its profits. Are the analysis clear?
Yeah.
Are you here? Is it clear?
Yes.
Said yes. Go to question 5.
That's the question.
Said MME still has its high street shop. Max believes he might achieve more sales and become more competitive if he closes the high street shop. Analyze if closing the high street shop would be a correct decision for Max.
I don't think it's a coincidence.
Why?
Because like the high street, it means that a lot of people don't buy, so there's a percent that one of 10 people will come and buy. And there's the disadvantage that's you don't sell more, they don't sell like a lot of products, so you can't pay the rent of
The cost of rent over there,
Yes.
it's high.
Yes,
So if Max is thinking about closing that shop, it might be because Max is incurring more costs than revenue. It's not more profitable locating there.
It's better for him to rent that place. Close the shop and rent it from there. He owns that place.
no, he rents.
He
Oh,
owns that place.
Are you sure? Let's check.
no, they said MME sells rare records from a shop in a busy street. They didn't say it there.
No, you rented it.
Yes.
He's renting the place.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, okay.
it's rented. It's rented.
So it's extra cost to him.
Yeah, so now the question is saying,
Like closing the high street shop would be the correct decision for Max.
yeah, so if Max is closing the shop, it might mean that the cost, you wouldn't want to close that shop if your expenses or if your revenue is increasing than your cost. You would have closed that shop because your expenses are more. Probably Max might be having an high for a new location. So if Max is closing that shop over there, it might mean that he has other places, better location that
Cheaper.
sells with cheaper. Do you get the point?
Yes.
Is it clear? I just mentioned 2 things now. The first one is that the cost might be increasing for Max, which as a result, it's not profitable to continue operating in that shop. 2, Max might have an eye for a better location that is cheaper and more efficient, or more profitable, or more cost effective
Yeah.
than high streets. Is it clear?
Yes.
Max knew MME's website was too simple. He has spent money on developing and improving it. How could Max judge if the new website is successful? So how do you judge if the new website is successful?
If he's good,
First, the feedback you get from customers. The feedback you are able to get from customers, because it allows you to make decisions about your product and service. That's number 1. Number 2, when you talk about the feedback, not just feedback about, the feedback about comments from customers. The feedback from customers, the feedback from stakeholders, that's the first point. That could allow you to say, oh, the website is, because now you are able to gather information to take decisions. That's the first one. Number 2, the number of customers that buys through online will decide if it has become a progress or not.
Yes.
The quantity or the amount of sales Max is able to make
online.
via online will also determine if it's becoming a success or not. Is it clear, please?
Yeah.
Is it clear? All right, the next one. Is that the last one?
Yeah.
All right. It's an enemy successful but has a negative cash flow problem. Max believes that this problem is temporary and could be solved using the short-term source of finance like overdraft or borrowing from his friends and family. So justify why you have to select one. So let's really talk about overdraft and borrowing from his friends and family. When you take overdraft, you have to return as soon as possible. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
Getting a bank overdraft might be a quick, it's a short-term finance. The advantage is that you are able to get it as at when due because it's administrative. the banks are going to give you because you have meet up with the requirements. So it will be quicker and faster. That's the first one. But the problem about using overdraft is that the bank might want it any moment from now. Yes, it's fixed one, but they want it today. There's nothing you can do. You will have to pay them. That's the problem. That's one of the conditions of overdraft. Do you get the point?
Yes.
But using friends and family, the advantage about using friends and family is that they might not be asking for interest. They might not be asking for interest.
I have to.
You don't have to pay them back for.
No, you have to pay back.
Okay.
They borrowed you.
Uh,
Borrowing from friends.
or you have to
You have to pay back.
but you don't have to pay interest.
You don't have to pay interest. Unlike maybe if the overdraft, you might have to pay certain administrative charges,
Yeah.
not interest. They won't call it interest. They'll call it administrative charges for overdraft.
It will be more than the amount you will borrow.
Definitely. But for friends and family, for family or friends, you don't have to pay back. You don't have to
I
pay.
mean, you don't have a due date to pay back.
Yes, you might not have a due date to pay back. Do you understand? Clear? Or not?
But the disadvantage for borrowing from family and friends is that
Yeah, they
you
might.
might not have the amount.
When you don't pay back as at when due, they might, hey, please, I'm talking there. When you don't pay back as at when due, that could become a problem. Your friends, your family might not trust you anymore. Is it clear? We stop here, please. No, you are in the middle of a class and you start